become even stronger if that was even possible.
I mean, we've seen Ana in previous seasons have slower moments and then pick up as we head towards the end, and this is it. This is the moment to pick it up and to start becoming that superstar once again. It is our first map in our first semi-final here at ESL Impact Season 5 Finals. Dallas, it's Imperial versus Fluxo Demons. We're going to kick off here on Nuke, and of course Imperial picking up that CT side.
Yes, here we go, right into it, no more delays, and already doing that waterfall smoke so that it drops down and they can make their way around. I love this play, but they run into Tory with a headshot. Ana's there as well with the dualies, hunting to take Anarex out. She's got 3 more bullets. She's not even trying for the reload. Oh, the confidence, the last bullet to drop Anarex to begin with, and that's the bomb lost as well. I love this strategically from Fluxo Demons. It's a great idea to try and pincer the ramp from wrapping around outside, but unfortunately, this was a great counterplay really coming out, I think, from Imperial. They were just ready for it. They were crushing the lobby before even the outside play was put into the round. So now it's Poppins on her own. She can't do much of anything. That's a good start.
Yeah, I mean, on a pistol round, this is the time to get aggressive, to get a little bit silly, and to really get up into the opponent's faces. Fluxo try and take a slightly slower, more strategic element to it, and Imperial just go, no, we're just going to stop you before you even have a chance to do so. So it's a great first round for them, no bomb planted, and we've spoken at length over the last couple of days about how important that actually is, and unfortunately, that's going to be a huge thorn in the side for Fluxo Demons.
Yeah, no question. And they didn't fulfill the other sort of plan B for any pistol round on the C side, which is getting the bomb down. We know it makes a big difference. They would have allowed them to buy into this round, but they're not going to be able to. So no real surprise. This should be much more of a cleanup kind of round where Imperial can just, you know, flex a little bit. Ana's got kept on the dualies, so, you know, she obviously wants to get the AWP as soon as possible. And to be fair, we all want her to pick up the AWP as soon as possible because it is so much fun to watch.
Absolutely. Fluxo gonna try to isolate 1 or 2 players if they can, see if they can get a little bit of damage done, but Tori's got this outside area on lock. 2 immediate kills. That's gonna slow things down heavily for Fluxo. Ideally here, they want to get bombed down if they can, and maybe a kill to follow it up, but they've got no room to breathe at the moment.
So, wait a minute, Poppins is slowed down. Oh god, I can't believe this has happened. It's so hard to do on a map like Nuke to actually get the bomb down. This is a massive victory. She somehow slipped the net, trying to get the kill here as well, with the last Glock bullet. Yeah, you see her smile a little bit there, and I think for good reason. That's a huge success. A kill and a bomb plant in a round where you really only have Glocks. That's mission accomplished as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, it was a great distraction play.
Yeah.
Just keep the entirety of the team occupied over and outside. They see 4 players, it's a pistol round, they're going to think, yeah, sure, this is a push towards lower, 100%. And Poppins, meanwhile, is on the Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
You can hear the music in the background as she sneaks her way down, and at the very least gets that bomb down. That's quite a bit of extra cash to play with as well. That could be make or break, but unfortunately, the op is in hand for Ana.
That is never good news when you're on the opposition. You know it's going to be tough to play against. And I mean, that's like a submission on its own in these rounds. Just get the AWP away from Ana. You know it's going to be important. You know she's going to be fierce with it. So, yeah, see if they're going to be able to. They do have a lot more grenades, like you pointed out with the bomb plant there. So they're going to have a lot more utility to play with in this round on the T side. And maybe that's something that could factor in. You can see them still with 4 Molotovs. So plenty of ways to burn out the A-bomb site. One of the things that makes Ana such a difficult AWP is she's so mobile with it. Don't see her standing still a lot. You can see it now grouped up with Cat, so they're both going to go check out the lobby once again. This worked in the pistol round. I think it's a full-on lobby crunch. Now, nobody's here from Fluxo Demons, but it doesn't mean it's not going to work out. It still means that the clock is kind of running against the T side right now because there's only one place they can go. If they're not here, then they have to be outside and headed towards lower. So right now, Imperial know almost everything they need to know. They just need to relocate their positions, and then they should be ready.
I love Julie's positioning here. There's such a good chance that she can catch something. And there it is. Something caught. She went fishing, and she brought home a big one. But look how slow Fluxo are. They have no idea that this push was so aggressive and advanced out of A. They're taking their time, and it's giving all the time in the world for Ana to make this rotation down with the AWP. She can only watch one angle. Scoped in, but Yuli still in the back line. Still absolutely dominating. She's good for yet another one. Numbers advantage firmly in favor of Fluxo. Bomb planted. Ana couldn't get a sight on. The smoke covers everything. Cat trying to re-aggress, but gets shut down from window. This has got to be a safe call, surely.
Yeah, you would assume so. It's a very well played round in every way from Fluxo. I think adding the smoke at the end to put the bomb down also shows a really great level of understanding, because if they don't do that, then there is a chance for that orb to really pick them out. So yeah, they managed to dodge the orb completely. I mean, that's a viable way to do it. But like you pointed out, Julie as well picking up a couple of amazing kills. So early on the board here for Fluxo, in spite of losing the pistol, that is necessary right now. Again, they are the underdog team, so doing this right off the bat, it's going to make a big difference.
Yeah, great bit of presence of mind there. Some really solid strategy coming out of that very early on. You don't come up against a team like Imperial and not have a plan.
No.
That folder is going to be so thick with ideas, with thoughts, with anti-strats, and obviously you play your own game, but you have a good idea of what's going to work, and you play to that, you play to your strengths, and so far, we've already kicked them off here, managing to wrestle back one of those rounds, and it's an early timeout as well. Again, neither of these two teams want to take anything for granted.
Yeah, I think it could be very important to take these early timeouts just to make sure. It's better to do it now before you kind of lose control of the team and people start getting frustrated, so do it up right away. Might even be something you talk about before you even get into the game, saying, listen, we're going to call some early timeouts just to make absolutely sure that we remember everything we need to here. So 2-1 early off the bat. It's I hope this is going to be a close game. I want to see Imperial put to the test. Even if they end up winning it, I really want to see them test it hard in the semi-final, because it's way more fun that way. And if it's that odd day where Fluxo managed to do it, that would be one hell of a story. So a little bit of spam coming out at the beginning of it here. Ana's moving forward again. New position. Like we pointed out, she's always going to be somewhere new. She's always going to be mobile. She's ready to be tested as well. Pobbins goes down. Ana flexing that AWP.
It's a devastating start to this round. Some dry peaks that just get punished and shut down. And of course, Ana playing such an aggressive, she is dynamic, but she's also very aggressive, very advanced in a position where you might not necessarily expect her to be. And the fact that she's brave enough to not reposition, she just moves back ever so slightly and continues to hold a similar angle. She's good for a second as the ego peak comes through, baits out a shot. So Goddess comes through and Zaz is able to shut it down. And with only 2 players left here, Julie's kind of threaded the needle, but she is caught. Another one to go down. And it's all down to Younger, who, again, realistically, just going to... Oh, she's not going to be allowed to back out. Tory's behind her. She's in danger. Yeah,
they really, really want to make sure that there's nothing saved here. And certainly not going to be a bomb plant. So the money will be a little bit of an issue as well for Fluxo. You see the bomb has dropped way far away from Younger is. So she's still on wild mission. And I appreciate this. Again, everything counts. You can get another couple of kills. It's going to all add up towards the end of it. Cat might have missed the timing slightly, so that is a bit dangerous, but I think she's got the upper hand now, certainly on the ladder. You're not going to have a chance there, so bit of a slow into the round. But I think this highlights one of the big problems against playing against really dominant AWPers like Ana is at the moment. It takes so much courage away from the other team. It's so hard to peek corners with confidence, walking into somebody who's as fast as Ana has been, so you have to find a way out. You have to find a way to forget about it. Like, you can talk about it as much as you can, but when you're in the server, it is on some level it becomes about confidence. Like, can you challenge her and win some of those fights? Because if you can't, you're actually playing her game now. You're slowing down. You're a little bit more scared, and she's just going to become better at that. She's not going to miss any more shots. So, so you have to find a way out of that.
I wonder if, like, the first couple of days, the team says to Ana, store your energy. Be like a Dragon Ball Z episode. When you start the Kamehameha and it takes like 6 episodes to charge.
Power
right?
it up.
Exactly. So she starts on the first day and she kind of warms up a little bit, and we get to this final day and she just goes Super Saiyan.
Well, I think this is true. It's a conversation that's had a lot in the open circuit as well, where people talk about the ability to sort of peak at the right time of a tournament. And I think championship-level players, that's one of the key factors that they have. Nobody is good at the same amount throughout the tournament. Like, it has to be a little bit different. And If you can show that, so much the better. Anna back at it again. This time, obviously, just some pistols being bought here. Poppins did go for a great vent dive. She had the bomb with her. Maybe it could have been a big quick bomb plant. Oh, she's going to get caught by Tory. I thought actually she'd made her way down, but good comms on Imperial. They managed to catch that somebody made their way down vent, so they were able to tell Tory down below. That's really important.
Easy spray down for 20 there.
Yeah.
And again, that round goes more or less as expected. Would have liked to have seen a little bit of damage done, but you couldn't really have asked for too much in that. Oh, we're starting to see the chinks again. You got that one round to come through. And I think, again, right, we saw that really early timeout, and it's clearly a moment of Imperial going, hang on. We can't allow that to happen. This is just not how this game goes. And instantly, they've brought things back under their control. And of course, a fair portion of that is down to Anna and how dynamic she has been with the AWP. But Fluxo, again, struggling to find those openings.
Yeah, but in some sense, that is the role that the AWP plays in Counter-Strike. It's just this... It is this fear element for every other rifler. It's not that common that you actually have AWP versus AWP battles, but the riflers on the map, they have to worry about walking anywhere that isn't smoked or flashed out. So 4-1 at the moment. They've made their way outside, which is great news, and they're going to get the kill on Tory there. Huge fight for Younger to be winning. That's really important. It gives a little bit of space on the map. 4 versus 5. If they could find a way to discover where Anna is at the moment, they could definitely play around that. They have limited utility, which is a big problem. One smoke. So if they want to go down below, that smoke they have to use to plant the bomb. They don't have enough utility to smoke and Molotov either side of the ramp like you normally would. So a big decision to be made here on the T side.
And I love that Imperial just play this so patient. Sure, they've lost a player out towards outside. We leave it alone. We don't get too crazy with it. They know that Julie has been on that lurk previously. So they shut that down. Now they know they've got a bit of space to work with. They're very quickly gathering information as to where things are happening. Kat doesn't spot anything happening over towards B, so she's going to head back up towards ramp. Now this A site is incredibly well fortified. Positioning from Goddess is going to be pretty important here. We'll see if she can get anything done. But now they're going to start the executing onto the side. Oh my god! Instantly shut down 20, playing around the silos, and she will just annihilate Fluxo. Goddess's position was so good, but she gets caught out.
That was a huge spin around. And the Molotov as well, she threw down beforehand so that she actually had time to take the high ground fight. Everything about that was just beautiful. Yeah, this is a really nice shot. But again, they can't swing on her because she's thrown down that incendiary in front of her. So she kind of created that moment for herself. 23 is really nice to see. And also, I think Anna had already pushed up from the lobby. So she was right next to them in the lobby with the AWP. So either way, Fluxo, the slow pace, it's always walking a really thin line. Because if you're too slow, then it's going to be obvious what you're doing. And if you're a little bit too quick, then maybe you run into a bit of a stack. So hard to ride that line. Tory, a bit of a spray. I think Poppins thought, all right, if you're going to be spraying, I'll jump you when you're reloading. But Anna was holding the corner while that was going on. A bomb plant would go a really long way here because this is getting a bit out of control already.
Yeah, we start to make some moves in. Cat holding it down. We will get a kill to come through from Fluxo, and that could potentially end up being a recovered weapon. But until anything is decided, for now, bomb will get planted. And this should be a fairly easy retake. You wait for your reinforcements to get into position. Tory playing here. Not quite. There you go. A little bit of spray. You know you're up against pistols, so a labored spray can still net you results. Now Julie's the last one left. She's consistently been kind of in a lurk position, and unfortunately, just absolutely telegraphed.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing she can do at the end, right? She's 1 versus 4, and she's just not in a favorable position there. In general, I mean, it's not really that bad of a round. They didn't have a lot to work with. You get 1 kill on a bomb plant. I think another couple of kills would have been nice, but at least it gives them some more resources to work with. So I'm kind of okay with that round in general. You never know if you're going to get another Tech 9 or a Deagle shot to make it a viable round, but they probably needed a couple of kills there. Also, like, again, just to highlight the communication there on Imperial, they had a couple of players at the ramp to begin with that could have tried to go for, even try to stop the bomb maybe. But they don't. They group up. They wait till there's 3 people on ramp, and then they go for it. So that's just, it's really nice to see. I think if you, especially when you're winning this much, it's tempting to just say, well, it's so much better. Of course I'm going to try and just stop the bomb, or I'm going to go for the retake on my own. It's not worth it. This is the semi-finals. There's a lot on the line. play it the way that you know you're going to win the round. So good to see.
I mean, on that point, they play off of each other so well as well.
Yep.
Like, you've got spray happening through the smoke, but clearly a call has been made. All right, I'm going to spray. I might get jumped. I need you to hold this angle. It's little things like that, making sure that nobody's kind of going in alone, nobody's getting caught out of position. You've always got somebody to cover your back, and it's working out exceptionally well for them. Now we start to see the push in towards outside once again, covered by the smoke. Already one having slipped the needle. Goddess can get a kill here. That could be massive. That could open up the entire site for them. Instantly, it's Poppins to just go absolutely massive. She's been phenomenal. Unfortunately, now she will get cut down.
Surely she's carved enough space here. They've taken down Anna as well. It's the first death for her on Nuke, so nicely done. Obviously, you have plenty of money in the bank, but still, just get rid of her if you can. Bomb's going to be planted here, and Cat in 23. I guess, in theory, they could try and make this an expensive round. They have so much money in the bank that you could justify setting up and just getting... If you thought you could get all the exit kills, it might even be worth it. But obviously, winning the round, I think, is pretty much out of the question at this point. So, Cat's moving forward. Timing is a little bit awkward here for AnoX on the other side. She's going to get shot in the back. But again, yeah, it's just Cat playing to optimize what is already a lost round, which is fair enough. Make it expensive. You see on the other side, too, 23 setup. Oh, they're so vicious here. They want to take everything away from Fluxo. The bomb is going to get rid of one of them there. And they actually get Cat on the other side, so well played.
Yeah, solid. I mean, that previous pistol round, I was going to say, you know, in an isolated system, you look at that and you think, yeah, not half bad, but we were getting towards a point of snowball, a point of, well, how much difference is it actually making?
Yeah.
But they did manage to rake up enough cash to give them what they needed here. A nice, aggressive push down Secret. They know that Secret itself isn't heavily guarded, so they can take that space if they're quick enough, and they've got Poppins positioned well to kind of cut off anything that tries to slow them down, and the fact that she's able to get those two opens up the round massively for them. Now again, we start to see a little bit of that attempted aggression in through Hut, but it's just getting stalled out by the util, and it's these moments when Fluxo are stalled out that they start to struggle.
That was a little bit of a deep smoke potentially for Saz, and I think that allowed Julie to actually push in front of it, so that might have been a mistake, but also great flash to set up that peak for Saz. Kind of outdueled in that moment. Again, she is the most experienced player on the server, so getting ahead of her is going to be super tricky to do, but this is one of the few times they're able to do it. 4 versus 5 again to begin the round with. There's still a lot to be accomplished in this half of Fluxo Demons. I know it seems one-sided because Imperial are winning some of these rounds in a big way, but this is not over and done with yet. Although this position from Cat is really insane, but might not matter if they're going to win everything else. Poppins gets a kill on the other side, and Julie's going to be going down. Back to a 2 versus 3 we go.
There we go. Bomb down. So now they've got a little bit more to play for here. I've said it yesterday, not the biggest fan of the AWP in the retake. I mean, that had nothing to do with the AWP, man. That's getting caught with your util out. It's a rough position to be in. Now Cat gonna re-peek this AWP, and it's all in order to save the one that they came in with. And surely at this point, you back the hell out. There's not much more you can get done.
Yeah, steal it away. That's so interesting. I mean, good job on Fluxo to win the fight out towards Mini and Yard here, because if they didn't, I think Cat's position would have been almost a round killer. Like, that's something that they've done a lot, Imperial, and it seems like Fluxo just kind of let them. They're letting them take that lobby position, which I think on the normal circumstances definitely could be kind of tough, but they're just saying, okay, we're not going to fight for it that much. We'll just take the Yard instead. I'll let you have that part of the map. It's fine. We'll do something else. So that's really interesting, and so far some of those rounds have actually worked out pretty well for them. So can't really point too many fingers at it.
There is a world in which now, with this timeout, Imperial just go, hey, you know what? Let's take an aggressive push into the Yard.
Yeah.
Let's just like throw a couple smokes, push out, and as they run past, we just mow them down. And then you have Anna holding the long angle as well for anyone that like threads the needle. I feel like this is something, because that is where Fluxo are getting the brunt of their success. Sure, the previous round was a lobby push that worked out really well for them, but a lot of the success has come off of their outside plays. So
yeah.
if you punish the fact that they have found that one kind of gap in your defensive line, could catch them off.
Oh, you absolutely could. But we'll see if they're going to be able to do that. Couple of people running towards it. Anorex moving out in front. Smokes are absolutely everywhere. Good double smoke set up here from the T side, so they're going to make the run past. Probably some of these footsteps are getting hurt a little bit, but once again, they make their way down, and this is lightning fast.
Already down onto a completely empty B side. Imperial have already made the decision to play for the retake over towards B. They continue their exploratory missions out into A main. And they know that Yuli has consistently been that lurk, that kind of holding for the late lurk, last man standing kind of vibe. They've circumvented her almost entirely. Now they have to push in from ramp, and it's a bit of a tight squeeze to try and make their way in as Yuli does find the one on the extremity. Ana X holding the line here, swings out with the rest of Fluxo. They have absolutely no concerns there, all three of them together. And that was a weird one from Imperial. I was expecting more adaptation, but it was just more of the same.
It was more of the same, yeah. They went into that lobby position, and again, Fluxo said, well, you can take that if you want, but we'll just plant the bomb down below while you're busy occupied doing something else. And obviously, at the end here, this is great team play once again. Poppins is actually at the back line, and she is jiggle peeking that corner on the other side so that everyone is looking away from Anorex, and then she gets to have that swing and murder absolutely everybody. And they hear it in Dallas as well. You could hear the crowd. They were loving that round. It's pretty sick. 6-4 at the moment here. We're going into round number 11. It is Goddess outside, taking out tory, and another run down below. Let's see if Imperial have learned their lesson. Are they ready to rotate? Or are they still stuck up here on the upper part of the map? It doesn't seem like anyone's going down, so this could be another quick bomb plant. Fluxo Demons, they might have actually read this so well.
But also worth noting, for a T side on Nuke, 4 rounds already and staring down the barrel of a 5th, this is a great start for them. And to be fair, tory did try to go for that outside aggression that I was talking about, but Goddess just like catches her out, shuts her down, and that plan that, you know, was going to be a good adaptation gets completely obliterated. Now again, it looked like they might kind of posture towards a ramp retake, but instead, it's a 3-person save again. They know their money is in such a tight spot, and after this, we're last round and a half.
This has become a very different affair all of a sudden, right? It looked like it was going to be unbelievably one-sided. Anna at one point was 8-0. Now, you know, trying to hold on to the AWP, but not going to have an impact in the round here. So a 5th round on the board for the T side. Good little flick coming out at the end, but it's all for show. See if how much do you want to fight this? She's got the money on her to lose the orb. It's not going to be a big deal, but doesn't seem like she's quite going to be able to catch her at the end here. That is very similar ways that they're losing these rounds on the Imperial side. They're not quite ready for that really fast lower play yet.
Last round and a half. Something's got to give. Right, we need to see some sort of an adaptation here. We've been waiting for it for a couple of rounds. We saw the attempt at it, and Goddess just completely shut it down. So what adaptation gets made now? How do you try to adjust to how aggressively Fluxo has repeatedly taken the space? Except now, it's Fluxo that adapt. Instead of going for the outside play again, they know that it's become a little bit telegraphed, so they think, oh, well, Imperial, surely they're going to adapt to it. So they go for another lobby push, and Imperial have not adapted to nothing. They're still on A.
Oh, that is a nice peek. Wide swing. And even Anna's not going to be fast enough to take care of Goddess then, so another good opening here. All right, Cat's going to take care of business, but still, now the way into ramp is open, and they're going to be rushing down. There's only one player. It's Cat on her own back here. Good headshot. Going for a second, running out of bullets, but you know what? That is incredibly well played from Cat. It makes them, gives them a 1-player advantage at the end here. 2 versus 3 as the bomb does get planted. Imperial looking to see if they can take at least that 2-round lead at the end here for the retake.
All right, all 3 players funneling in from the ramp position. Ana X playing a similar position to where Cat was earlier. They got so much done. She'll get the first, follows it up for the second. It's 1 versus 1. tory knows exactly where she is. Ana X cannot be certain if the shots ring through. She's not quick enough. And that will be a clutch, a round stolen away, a defuse, and a half that goes just slightly in the favor of Imperial.
are back once again. Dallas, I hope you're having a good time over there. We are certainly having a great time. Fluxo Demons showing up for the first half with a really great understanding of the kind of defense that Imperial were coming up with, and Imperial not really adapting quick enough, so a 7-5 half at the end of it. Imperial now going to be on the T side, with Fluxo Demons on the CT side. We're here at the ESL Impact Season 5 semi-finals.
And honestly, 5 rounds on the T side, you don't turn your nose up at that if you are Fluxo, but can they make it more? Zaz already with a quick first kill, and it's going to be followed up with yet another. Now this side almost free and clear, but 3 versus 2 here. Going to have to keep things a little bit closer. Yep, there you go. Lose a couple of players, but at the end of the day, the rush works.
And it's 4 kills for Saz. That's pretty impressive. So the second player in the A-bomb side, once they lose the first one, is Younger. And the nightmare scenario, if you're holding this angle with USP, is that the first player jumps through, which is exactly what they did. So there's nothing you can do with the USP there. If the first player just runs straight at you, you can have the dream of hitting like 3 headshots in a row. But first player jumps, and your crosshair is going to be so far away from the second player coming in that there's almost no chance to do it. So yeah, well done. Imperial landing a pistol round here. It's going to give them a huge boost going forward. And Asus has come out. We still haven't seen anyone get any kills with it. Not even close, but...
Not even close. It's a good position for it, but Imperial, nope. Not going to be going for lobby, unfortunately. They're heading towards this outside spot. If only Goddess had a Zeus, right? Should just pick the right person for it.
Yeah, actually, she would have been able to get a kill, but the USP will get the job done anyway. Picks up the AK. Oh, this is an unbelievable steal. If she can actually get away here, that would be so sick. But she can't, unfortunately. That's... Alright, they can steal it back anyway, give it over to Anorex. That's reasonable. It's still it's a victory. Even if they can save this into the next round, it'd be huge.
Alright, Cat's just gonna lock this one down. Good for the first. The jump through to try and follow it up. Oh, there we go. Onyx for a second. Yeah, 2 kills. Not half bad for a pistol. And if she can just, like, hold on... Nah, okay. If she could have held on to the gun at the very least, but unfortunately, nope. But you do a little bit of that damage. The bonus isn't as robust as Imperial would have liked. That being said, they're not exactly sweating yet.
They're going to be able to put a bind at this round. And I kind of expect it to. I think in that moment, the Fluxo are really playing to win the round. They're saying, you know, we got the early kill, we got the AK. Let's try and see if we can upset them. Rush the lobby. Maybe we catch one player off guard. And it could have happened. Cat could have been definitely potentially surprised there, but it's going to be fine. Round number 15 here. And Imperial are still marching on. They're having a decent time of it. Looks like it is going to be a fairly generic A execute. Not to say that it's bad. Sometimes these Molotovs just work so well. Oh, wait. So they might just do it once and then wait a second and do it again. Alright, Cat goes down early. They don't have the lobby control yet, so they've thrown in the grenades, but they can't necessarily break their way through. There's a lockdown defense to begin with. 5 versus 3.
I feel like Imperial maybe a little bit slow on the trigger. You see all that util come through. Nothing's really coming off the back of it. Eventually somebody goes, oh, well, let me go check out what's happening. And they just get their heads blown off. Yeah, just a little bit too slow to react to their own openings. And Fluxo is going to take full advantage. Yet another kill to come through here. Younger, chilling in secret. One of the few places Imperial didn't really have too much happening on their CT side. And there it pays off. Why you should, in fact. 20 now. Last one left alive. If you can make this a little bit expensive, then that would be great, at the very least. But I don't know how much more she's going to be able to do here. The round itself, basically out of her grasp.
Yeah, you only can win this round if they make a lot of mistakes on the other side, which... See, they're very well disciplined on the CT side. They're not giving him any free fights. She has to commit to the battle, and the wider she swings, the more people are going to be able to shoot at her on the other side. So, great work. 4 people stay alive. I think they save at least 2 AKs. I don't know if they're able to pick up a third one there, but this is a really great turnaround early on.
Some solid baiting there by the CTs, like you said, right? Just force her to swing, force her to show herself, and you got 3 people aiming at her at the same time. Even if she does get one of those kills, she's not getting out alive. So, well done, Fluxo. And very similar to what we saw in the first half, right? Imperial, they get pistol and force, or bonus, whatever you want to call it, and then Fluxo snag that third round. Same thing here, but the important thing to note is now they've like destroyed Imperial's economy. Imperial don't get to come back into this with a robust buy.
No, definitely not. Going to be down to the AK and the Galil in this one. They did manage to save 3 AKs on the CT side. The longer you can keep those running, the better it is. That it's just such a... It levels the playing field so much playing the CT side. There's so many fights where you get that one dink with the M4 and they survive on, you know, very little health on the other side. But if it was an AK, you would have got the kill and won the round. So having 3 of them on the CT side makes a massive difference.
So like, how often do you have that where it's like, oh, if I had an AK, that would have, you know, that... And then like, but then like in a spray situation, you're like, oh man, if I had an M4, that would have... You know, it's always the gun you need that you don't have. But there you go, Zaz gonna open things up with her first kill here. And if she can recover a gun, we've got a round on our hands. Unfortunately, with 20 going down, that's gonna thin out the numbers a little bit for Imperial. I do like that we've got Cat on a bit of a lurk here to see if she can snag something out. But Fluxo doing the same thing that Imperial were doing on the previous round. They're not rotating yet. They're not taking that space just yet. They're waiting to see. You don't want to kind of overcook your goose a little bit.
They're running out of time here. 25 seconds, right? They're going to get the bomb planted. I was going to say, all it needs is one CT down below for this to be a problem. But now the pressure is on. They might not have a lot of weapons on the T side, but all they need to do is delay a little bit, and it could be an interesting round. So, counter grenade coming out. Oh, a flash in as well. There's just so many players on the other side. Oh, it would have been sick with the Tech-9, but I think 4 players is a little bit too much. Tory's going to be going down, and Anna here. They know where she is. All right. Busting open, kicking down the door, and recovering the round, no problem. They only lose Goddess at the start of the rounds. That's actually really successful.
That was a help door stuck moment.
Yeah, it was.
But I mean, that round again, you know what? At least Imperial do get a little bit done with that. They do get that 1 kill. Again, it would have been nice if they could have snagged another one of those rifles. Then they're at a little bit more of a robust position. But some of these long-range shots, like Fluxo, are dominating the long-range battles right now. And it's not even close. At least in this half, right? Previous half, you had Anna, and Anna was just like shutting everything down. But now, so far, Imperial really struggled to make a move without getting caught out. And Fluxo, slowly but surely, evening up, lowering that deficit. With Imperial back down onto pistols, another quick and easy round should be on the horizon.
23 in a little bit of trouble. It's going to be Poppins to pick it up. She's been playing pretty well. She's up to 11. Oh, but just as I call it out, though, Saz is going to find it with a Deagle headshot, so at least doing a little bit of damage, which, again, is going to be important here. This is going to be another tight game, I think, because they're doing a lot of damage to the Imperial economy, and they're not losing very many rifles either on the CT side, so they have a lot to fight with here. Well, you can hear the crowd over in Dallas. That makes me happy. Yeah. It's great to see the support year after year building.
I mean, this is the last representative of the Americas.
Yeah.
So you got to put your weight behind them. You got to show the rest of the world what you're capable of, and I love it. I love seeing the excitement, the passion. What's up, Dallas? How you doing out there? Oh,
good time.
Younger open hand.
Yeah, her stats have been pretty remarkable too for the tournament, so don't underestimate her. Taking up a forward position, and she's got Yuli with her in front, so nice little setup there. Spray through the smoke. Oh, they're actually trying to get through Imperial. They really want to be rushing the squeak. That's interesting. They make the vent down. This is so successful, but they lose 2 on the other side. They were holding lobby and not ready for the crunch that was coming in. So again, very similar to last round, but with better rifles, it's a 3 versus 5 with the bomb planted.
Julie opening up that round massively. She's been a huge boon for the team so far. How much more can she get done as Zaz will take her down, but the rest of her team is there to back her up. Kat, she's played in that position before, but this time around, they know it, they expect it, and they shut it down. An easy defuse to come through here. A little bit of damage to come through, but not enough. And even if there was damage, it's at that kind of snowball scenario now.
Yeah. That double kill for Julie at the start of the round is massive. The 2 lobby players that she finds, we'll see it right here. These 2 players are what is going to make it almost impossible for anyone to rotate down below when the bomb is planted. But once those 2 players got rid of, there's no more worries on the CT side. You can make the call team-wide, say, okay, everyone rotate down, let's retake this bomb side. But until you find those 2 players, you have to worry about it. You have to watch your back all the time. You might get killed trying to rotate in the middle of it, so she opened, apart from the double kill, she opens up the round for rotation so much on that CT side. So, well, again, another round with this fight with 4 people. They are going to be filthy rich on the Fluxo Demon side.
Yeah, I like to... I once started using the phrase trust fund babies, and I got yelled at for that, but I thought that was a really great phrase for it. You know, I thought it was going to become a thing.
Did you get yelled at by the trust fund babies, you think?
No, it was mostly by Twitch chat. I don't know why I listened to Twitch chat. See, that was my mistake.
Listen, I know you do as well, like an affection for Twitch chat. It's a wonderful, strange place, you know.
Truly. It's a bit like Wonderland.
Yeah, you know, just don't spend too much time there, and it's probably going to be fine. A little bit of a timeout being called here, I believe. So, yeah, I think that this is a good time for it. It's getting awfully close for both teams. We're tied up at 9-9 here. Again, just to recap, if you're brand new to this experience, Imperial, they have been the team to beat since the inception of ESL Impact. Now, they've just been such a good, might have been under a different name, slightly different core, or the core is the same, but I guess slightly different team. But still, they really are the favorites by a wide margin. So the fact that it's a tight game at the moment is super exciting. It's what we love to see. And some of the new faces there on Fluxo Demons as well. Like, they are, like, some of them have a little bit more experience, but I think for someone like Poppins, for me, her stats coming into the tournament looked amazing. I think she's a great personality. You saw her in some of those videos. I think a really interesting player for the future. So.
And what I loved was, so anybody who missed it, I believe it was yesterday, we kind of had the interview with Poppins' mom, and she was saying that, like, when Poppins was under 16, she was like, I don't want to play anymore, I can't play the game, I can't play Impact, and her mom was actually the one that said, nope, don't give up, and so that's why we get to see her here on stage today. So shout out Poppins' mom. I know she's going to be losing it right now. Just so much excitement for that. As 20, there's the Tech-9 rush I've been looking for. Good for the first. And Zaz to follow it up with a second as well around that maybe shouldn't have gone their way. Poppins! Poppins exists! A double kill from her, followed up by Goddess. And now Zaz is the last one left alive, and she's done so much in this round already, but there's not much more that she can do. What's up, Poppins' mom? We love you.
That looked like a round that they lost control of for a second there. On the Fluxo side, they definitely had lost control of that round right until Goddess and Poppins show up. That is a really nice recovery. And a change of pace, an attempted change here for the T side. I think a conversation that's going to be happening a lot right now, because I believe it's Tory calling for Imperial, and that's a new situation, obviously, for her. Would have been Vilger in the past, but we've got her here instead, which I secretly kind of like. I think at this moment, like, that's something you get put under pressure, right? Like, obviously, Tory's has the experience playing at this stage of a tournament. What she doesn't have is being the in-game leader, and I guarantee you, nothing compares to that. You're on the spotlight in a completely different way.
Yeah, I mean, we had the interview with Yuli and Kixon the other day. No, sorry, not Yuli, Giuliano. And they were talking about, you know, how stressful it can be with the IGL. And every now and then you're just like, man, can I just be a normal player? Can I just be the one who gets told what to do? And here we are into the next round already. 10-9. Fluxo have hit that double digits situation.
That stress increases when you make a couple of not even bad calls, but just rounds that don't work out, right? You need your team to trust you, even if you've lost 3 or 4 or 5 rounds in a row. And you need to keep the same mentality all throughout and say, okay, even if I had 5 rounds where we didn't win, this 6th round, the call is going to be good. Don't worry, guys. Like that, it's really hard to do. It's a unique position in Counter-Strike, which is why most players just never want to touch it. So, Goddess going to be taking down Anna. They're down below again, but Cat is getting overrun. Poppins showing up with a good little spray down, leaving Saz 30 seconds here. I don't want to say it's unwinnable, but it is borderline that. 25 seconds now, just about. She has to make some noise getting into the bomb site. Has to be an instant kill, but I think she's already missed the opportunity there. Goddess didn't get spotted for it. The spam is in. They're coming in all at the same time, and now it's Fluxo Demons up to 11 rounds. They keep it going. Look at the celebrations here.
I love seeing that, man. And you got to understand how much it means to this team to just be able to do this, to keep things so competitive, to keep it so incredibly close. And here's where things start to look a little bit scary, right? So we spoke about how Ana was going to be one of our players to watch on this Imperial roster. We're waiting for her to get the AWP in her hand, but the way that the economy has gone, the fact that they are on the T side, she hasn't really had the opportunity, so she's been a lot quieter here on the T side, whereas for Fluxo, I mean, Poppins and Goddess, their rifling is unmatched right now, as Poppins just continues to go off. A second kill for her. She's backed up by the rest of the roster. With only 2 Imperial players left alive, Ana will make her way down vent. But what realistically can she get done, as the bomb is now being dropped, and all there is for her to do is to try and hold on to the Galil.
Yeah, which no one's celebrating that, you know. At that point, you've almost just might try and see if you could do it. You get so much time, but that's I think a 3-player defense at the top of the A-bomb site. So I do like the idea. They throw that smoke to extend the sort of the path, the runway into the A-bomb site, and then Saz runs through it and is flashed in, and that like it's a really aggressive way to do it. They did get the opening kill. So once you don't do that, you're gonna get overpowered here. Ana getting shot down very low, and now the hunt is on. Again, just a Galil, but why not try and take it away from her if you can? Gonna be 12-9 here. I don't think there's anything Ana can do to stop that. And they're really slowed down. They have no idea how to get back into this. Saz is top fracking at 16 kills, so that's great, but it's Fluxo Demons about to take the map. They're 1 round away.
And of course, this is Fluxo's map pick. So
yeah.
We do have that one caveat, that one kind of asterisk on it. They knew coming into this was going to be their best chance to at least circumvent a 2-0 loss, right? So you want to make this as competitive as humanly possible. That they have done. How much more can they do? 1 round will solidify it, and at the very least guarantee us that second map, maybe even that third, depending on how things go on Imperial's map pick. Now Imperial, with a less than favorable buy, they slow things down ever so slightly. This has to be picture perfect.
They need to win 3 in a row to get this into overtime. It's not starting out well. Again, Saz going down to begin with. Goddess to find the headshot with the AK. Being up 1 map in a semi-final is a huge mental advantage here. See Yuli just holding that pixel angle. She's not looking to fight. She just wants to smoke this off. Creating potentially not even much of a gap here. So just waiting on the other side. We'll see what Tory wants to do. She's moving up close right now, but this is an all-in play for them. They're all towards the ramp at the moment. There's no other contingency play. They either make their way through here, or there's no round to be played.
Damn, Younger, as the smoke clears, the shot connects, and they were posturing for a ramp push. Now they know that's where the AWP is, and they've lost another player. Ramp is off limits. Now they have to completely rethink how they're going to approach this execute, and with the time slowly slipping away from them, a decision needs to be made. It looks like they're gonna angle towards A, but again, look how heavily reinforced this A bomb site is, and the rotations will be so quick from Fluxo. Again, it has to be perfect.
It's going to be very hard to do that right now. Poppins even has another Molotov just saved. Oh, they're cutting it so close. Molotov goes in. Anorex up here. All right, she's going to make the run down. She gets the shot onto Ana. And that might just be enough here. Cat's on her own. Only 10 seconds on the clock. Hunting for it, but it's just nowhere near enough. Fluxo Demons, look at them celebrate on their feet here as they pick up map number 1 of the semifinals.
What an impressive display from this Brazilian squad. Wow. We were so surprised to even see them make it this far to begin with. Now they've taken this first map in the best of 3, and they show absolutely no signs of slowing down.
That was so well played, and it was very one-sided at the start, just to remind everybody.
Tracks, we're here on Mirage. Fluxo are going to kick things off on the CT side.
Just blocks and a lot of utility. Here come the flashbangs. They run right into the dualies, but a quick change. That's super important. If Goddess would have been allowed to stick around, they would have slowed them down and backup would have been called for, but now they overwhelm the bomb site. Super important that they get that refrag instantly before anything else happens. So 3 versus 4 now. Poppins, she would love a headshot here if anyone is going to peek her, but some decent discipline right now on the other side. Sash just holding the corner. You don't want to go too far into it here. The battle's on. Oh, Poppins! Look at the headshots coming through. 2 quick ones, and now she's set up for maybe another behind a bench. She will get it, a 3rd kill in the round. And the defuse is on as well. They'll have time to get it. Poppins absolutely wrecked them.
I love that we got that from her POV as well. She gets the first one to Zaz. She gets the player behind her. There are 2 players in position to refrag the Zaz kill, but they're not quick enough. You can actually see the bullets are flying towards Poppins. They're not connecting, and she's still good for the second, and she lives because she's got a teammate backing her up from main. Beautiful work here from her. From the entire Fluxo team, honestly, because there's some great setup that goes into that. They deny that round. Now, Imperial do at least get that bomb planted, so there's a bit of money to go into it, but Fluxo are going to be super happy with that win.
Yeah, that looked like a very, very tricky retake. Again, they weren't getting any of the early duels that they maybe would have wanted. So a lot of discipline on Imperial to not go for any of those fights, but once the fight broke out, well... Ooh, okay, I like that. I mean, you blow up the smoke in the window. It's a classic trick by now. But there were just so many people waiting on the other side. So Younger is going to go down, unfortunately. They'll go back and pick up the bomb now. I am seeing Goddess move quite far into the B hallways. So that should allow them to have basically 3 players at the A bomb site. Because she's got such a forward position on the other side. Yeah, they're moving forward. This is good CT side play right now from Fluxo Demons. You're a player down. You have to try and make up for it somehow. So you take a bit of a risk. And Tory's dead.
Damn, I thought she might have spotted the top of Yuli's head there, but nope. She does get that kill. Poppins, she's going to hold down the site here. 1 more kill for them, 4 versus 3, and Imperial. Now they kind of have to stagnate a little bit. You got to wait for that lurk to come through from Zaz. You have to wait for her to get into position so that you've got some sort of a pincer. But look at this rotation from Goddess all the way through the CT spawn. Even if Imperial get in onto, or sorry, the T spawn. Even if Imperial get in onto the site, she's going to come up behind them. And they're waiting so long. She's got all the time in the world to activate.
Unfortunately, Poppins does get caught with the grenade in hand, but you're right, they have really slowed this down. Yuli, I love that. Make a little bit of noise, just enough so no one's looking for Goddess. Here comes the FAMAS up behind, and she's going to get a headshot on Cat as well. They'll take down Saz at the end. And a second round for Fluxo. In spite of losing the early kill, there were so many small but great details in this round. So, because Yuli's pushed up into the palace on the A side, nobody's looking for Poppins who's down in shadow, because why would there be a player there? So it's a great little mind game. They have those 2 forward players, and you can just tell that Imperial were not ready for it. So this kill takes all the attention away. That's why no one's looking for Poppins here, because all they're thinking about is the palace position where they heard that MP9. And then Yuli comes in right at the end as well. She's just going to do a little bit of noise, enough for Goddess to show up behind us. A lot of great communication in this round. Fluxo Demons up with the second round, not allowing for the bomb plant either.
And there was a world in which Imperial steal that round away. They had some decent weaponry to play it off. So, again, another really smart round from Fluxo. You're seeing a lot of strategic depth, and a lot of the plays that they're making. Love to see that, the elevation to come through there. And now it's forced Imperial back down onto pistols. Not the position they wanted to be in. Fluxo with a pretty damn robust bonus to come into this round as well. The reinvest wasn't as heavy as it could have been. So they should skate through this round pretty easily. Imperial, look at this positioning from Zaz. She's made her way all the way in through Palace onto the A side. The late lurk here could be devastating. Yeah.
Oh, I think she got smoked off, unfortunately. Yeah. Smoke lands right on top. It is pretty sick. If you can get far enough forward there, sometimes the CT's just done. They're not ready for it. So there was a way to maybe do that. Bomb is going to be picked up outside of the B hallways, so we kind of know what's going to happen here, I think. Yeah, so a little bit of noise being made from Sass on the other side. She's trying to get that same timing, basically, but not going to be able to get the shot. So now, I think between Goddess and Anorex, who's playing this position, they should be able to lock it down, assuming that they don't lose this first fight, but they're going to be fine. Yeah, Goddess, a couple of good kills there. She's been playing very well so far. Going to be up to Tory to try and do a slight bit more damage, but obviously this round is not going to be winnable. Wow. I'm hearing cheers over in Dallas. I love it. They're behind them once again.
I feel like it's not loud enough. You know, like I can barely hear it. I feel like we need a little bit more energy.
Yeah, I think that's like maybe a tech issue. Like we need to turn up the volume.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm sure in the arena it sounds different, but you're right. Like from here, it's a little bit.
I'm just trying to rile them up, Anders. God.
I want it too. I want it too. Next year they should fly us 2 down.
They should. That'd be great. We have an org.
Exactly.
I love that.
Here we go. Round number 4. And Imperial needless to say, the pressure is on in a way that it's almost never really been before for this team. They've cruised their way into the grand finals many, many times. Now they need to win their own map pick here, and it's not a great start. Younger will get a kill, a lot of damage as well onto Ana. She's very low on health. Poppins showing up right to the smoke, diving down in the sandwich, and it's a huge double kill for her. Ana and Tory are left, and they must be scratching their heads. What on earth went wrong? We were on the bomb site. We had the early kill there. It's not going to make a difference now. All right, Anorex getting caught, but she does duck down and will stay alive for another second.
Poppins very quickly becoming my MVP of Dallas. We'll see how the rest of the tournament pans out. 2 players left here for Imperial. Ana in a good spot. She'll get the first, cannot follow it up. It's a great swing from Younger. And Tori's the last one left alive. The bomb is lost in Narnia. And she, unfortunately, is just going to have to try and hold on to this AK. Losing that would be devastating.
Yeah, especially the problem is there's so little time. So she can run knife out the whole way. But the problem is even when she get there, we're going to be down to closer to like 25 seconds. And then you know, if you walk the rest of the way, it's a winnable round for Tory. But my God, it's hard because the problem is eventually you can't check all the corners. You just simply run out of time. If there had been a minute left now, it would have been so much more winnable. But you could see 20 seconds as she gets to the corner here. Younger on the other side, and a nice headshot as they will get another round on the board. And you're right about Poppins too. She's absolutely stepping up when it matters. She is playing like she has, I mean this in a good way, no respect for the fact that she's playing Imperial. And that's how you want to play against a team as strong as this one.
You know what? It's just another team. It's just another stepping stone, another hurdle, another challenge you have to overcome to be the best. And that's the way Poppins sees it. And that's a great mentality to have. It's working out very well for them as now we see the timeout coming through here. The coaches getting involved because Imperial very much in a bit of a tight position at the moment. So hopefully we see some interesting adaptation from them, because that was a big issue on our previous map. They really struggled to adapt. So we need to see how they can adapt into this scenario. Of course, on this T side, you really do need to kind of get under Fluxo's skin a little bit. On this round, it's just going to be pistols. It's very unlikely we'll see too much come out of it. I do see 3 Tech 9, so, you know, make my dreams come true. But realistically, we're looking at a 5-0, and then what happens in the next?
They just don't have very many kills on the Imperial team at the moment. That's a big issue right now. We saw what happened on Nuke when Fluxo Demons started to build a lot of an economy, and they can't allow that to happen again. They need, for this kind of a round, to do a little bit of damage. Obviously, winning it, still on the table, you could do that, but at a minimum, you need to get a couple of kills here just to make it worth it and keep the pressure on. They've got some mid-control, and I guess with 23, who's up in the A Palace, if you put enough pressure on middle and connector, and she finds the right timing coming out of there, it actually can be done. There is a way to win this round. But Goddess is again pushing up into B hallways, and you can see that's allowing Anorex to get closer on the minimap. She's walking in towards the window, so they're about to have basically a 4-player defense at the A bomb side here.
The devastation of Zaz in such a good spot there. Poppins turned her attention away. It is getting distracted by the push through in on towards the site. No one is ready for it, but there you go. Ooh, a spray doesn't connect. Uncharacteristic from Poppins, but the rest of the team is there to pick up that tiny little bit of slack in the rope. Now Zaz, who was in such a great position, didn't have the chance to activate, and she'll get shut down before she even has a chance to show face.
Yeah, definitely one of the rare misses for Poppins there, but the idea was still good enough to, like, she knew that they were focused on CT spawn, so she's pushing in for the smoke, trying to shoot them in the back. It makes sense. Good recovery anyway. That could have been a way worse round for them. The early kill onto Julie, I believe, was nice with the Deagle, and like, there were a lot of ways that Imperial could have won this round, let's put it like that. But they didn't. It's a 5-0 lead right now. Fluxo Demons, a map that we just have no data. We don't know how they play this map. But so far, it's worked out really well. And it's on Tory on the other side to figure out, how do we cope with this? How do we make up for it? Deep flashbang and a setup for it. Poppins taking down Tory. And now they are a little bit lost once again. They can't even push through because there's an incendiary down. God, this is a little bit dangerous, though. All right, she's in a better position for it now.
Probably worth mentioning, I mean, Goddess has also been exceptional so far. She plays the anchor role. Poppins plays a bit more of an explosive role in between the two of them. And the rest of the team backing them up. They have been a force to be reckoned with. I do like that Imperial have slowed things down a little bit here. Waiting to kind of bait out some of that util if they can. because that gives you such a huge advantage if you can take away some of the CT-sided util. Now we start to see them make that move in towards B. Do they have any idea that Goddess is pushed up so far forward?
It's another headshot. Poppins finding Saz in the middle of the map. So a smoke goes down in the front. It's going to be about 23 seconds when that smoke goes away. That is so little time. Again, you can't afford to be slowed down at all. And X is moving a bit further away than I maybe like, but grenade here. Oh, God, it's on the other side. It couldn't have been better. The spray is in. And it doesn't matter what Anna does on the other side. There's no way to win this round. Yeah, save the AWP is definitely the better choice for it here. A 6th round for Fluxo Demons. If you're a long-time Imperial fan, you're going to start to sweat a little bit right now. This is getting really scary.
I can't explain the anxiety I had watching Goddess just going toe-to-toe with 3 people behind a smoke. The smoke refreshes coming through, and I'm like, man, somebody's going to take a shot at some point. I like the nade that came through to clear the smoke, but it felt like with just one person kind of holding that angle,
yeah.
If there is someone hiding there, which there was, there isn't a lot of backup to follow that through. And the fact that Anna's not able to hit a shot onto Goddess after Goddess just springs out and mows down some of her teammates. It's rough. It's great from Goddess, but Imperial, it kind of feels like they're starting to maybe get in their own heads a little bit, maybe overthinking things a little bit here. Not finding the entries that they need.
It's hard to know where to sort of put the pressure. Like, I would say it'd be cool right now to see Anna have more presence early in some of these rounds. Like, she's such a super weapon. It'd be nice to wheel her into some of these fights early on and have her win them. But on the other hand, the issue is, again, it's that new leadership in tory. Not to put all of the blame on her, but this is why it's stressful being an in-game leader. People are going to be thinking about it, and you know, it's on you to come up with a decision. She's got a coach behind her as well, obviously, so it's not hopefully just on her. And there's a lot of experience in Saz, so I'm assuming she can rely on her a little bit too, and there's some sort of a secondary caller kind of situation going on in there. But still, either way, whatever they're doing right now is not really working out for them. 6-0 for Fluxo Demons. This is shaping up to be a bit of a historic match in ESL Impact terms, because I've got to say, everyone thought it was going to be Imperial in the finals.
And the thing is, I hate looking at stats, generally speaking, but there's a point where you kind of have to point it out. That was Zaz's 2nd kill. 23 has not managed to get on the board yet.
It's worth pointing out.
100%. I mean, 23 is on the edge of the 007 as well. Oh, no, she's got assists. Okay. Oh, wait, that's Cat. Never mind. I have no idea. Oh, okay, she does have assists, so it's not quite that bad yet. But yeah, I mean, this is a rough position for Imperial to be in, and it tells me they're struggling to win their ones, which for Imperial, I mean, that's a crazy thing to think about. These are some of the best riflers in Women's Impact. There's a reason that they are the undefeated champions. So for them to be struggling this much, to be winning those duels, to be isolating battles, to be, you know, dominating another team, it's definitely concerning.
It is, and you have no time to fix it. It's right now. There's no day break, there's no nothing else. You have to just do it right now in the server. All of the pressure is on as they try to get onto the bomb side. They took care of Poppins. It's a good start to the round here, but only about 30 seconds left. Anorex hiding right at the edge. The bomb's still far away. No one's planting yet. They're trying to get through, but they're getting mowed down on that M4E1. Anorex with some great shots here, and now the bomb again just so far behind and slowed down. Gonna make the jump down here. The Tech 9's out for Anorex. She gets a 3rd kill, 10 seconds on the clock, and yeah, 23. She's picked up a couple of shots here, but it might not be done yet. Oh, the USP, no bullet might do it. Oh, she's finding an AK as well, and Anna, she's gonna go down. Younger on the clutch, and another round for Fluxo Demons. It was close, but it was not close enough.
Oh, what a dumb way to bring that back, man. The USPS getting that much value, that's unthinkable. And it's, I mean, for Imperial coming into that with as little as they had to keep it so incredibly close and to just at the very last yard line not be able to take it over. It's heartbreak central for them. Sure, okay, this is Fluxo's CT side, but this is Imperial's map pick. This is like, you know, we talk about that home ground advantage. This is kind of what that should be for them. And they've looked a little bit lost. We've now passed the point where we could have an evened out scoreline at the half. Fluxo have absolutely won this half. And Imperial yet to really get anything done here. Now 20 starting to activate. We're seeing a bit more from her, but instantly Poppins on the refrag shuts her down.
Okay, this is one of the best rounds yet we've seen out of Imperial. They get a little bit of mid-control, but more importantly, they take the B-bomb side. The bomb is still to make its way there. Oh, you gotta be careful here. If you swing too far, Cat, you never know. Youngher, again, don't underestimate it with the AWP. He's been playing very, very well. All right, a little bit of a failed Molotov. Gonna push them right into the fight. The bomb is planted. And Cat, she's gonna go down. It's Poppins at range, finding the headshot. Attempted. Quick scope there. Anna's just rock solid on the other side. Now the Molotov on the one side, but that's how quick she is. 3 kills for her, and it's finally the first round of this second map on the board for Imperial. It took a long time.
Yeah, it took some a little bit of heroics as well, and they're definitely doing better on the trading. And I think, you know, Nuke was talking about this yesterday or the day before for one of our other teams, but trades can be so incredibly important. Now we're starting to see that a bit more. We're not seeing the Fluxo players in this round in any event getting like 2 kills consecutively, right? It's like get a kill, instantly trade it out. Get a kill, instantly trade it out. And trades always favor your Ts. Once they're there in on the site, Anna can set up with the AWP, and she's able to shut down the attempt at the re-aggress. That's what we needed to see from Imperial, and we need more of that. They're on the right track here. I mean, there's a world, right? Our previous map, it was a 6-1 half, and the return was at the start, and the return was great. Now we've got 7-1. There is a world. We could go all the way to 7-5 here.
Absolutely, and I think this is where Fluxo Demons are going to try and discover themselves a bit too, because this is about focus now. You might be winning a lot, but you can't take that mentality. You have to think, no, it's not even close to done yet. So keep the pressure on, keep the focus, do not let go now, because you're doing so well. And you have to get it all the way to the end. We're talking about 13 rounds here as Younger will take down Saz in the underpass. That's a really nice kill. Saz is there for attempted mid-control later on. And now she's dead instead. They're trying to put some pressure on, some decent grenades. Molotov as well, so Yuli's practically dead already. Hanging around here. She's got a little bit of backup. The fact that Poppins is probably great news. They finally get the grenade that they were looking for, but they are not on the bomb side yet. Tory's now the one in underpass, so she's taken over Saz's role here. And she's going to be trying to pin to the bomb site, walking up from connector.
Position went completely unnoticed, but eventually now her position is going to be known, and she's in such a good spot now. She can pivot off of it so well, and with only 1 player left, Goddess to try to bring this back. She will get the kill onto Tory. 1 versus 2, it's doable, but she still has Anna with the AWP to contend with. There's a lot that needs to get done here. She's got a little bit of util to work with. She could flush Anna out with a bit of fire and brimstone. Ah, goes for the wrong spot. She doesn't know. There you go, the HE to follow up into the right spot. A lot of damage done, but it doesn't connect, and Anna now has all the space to work with. They're fine, it'll be 23, and she'll clean it up.
I think, so the second kill that, was it Tory coming up from the, yeah, I think shooting him in the back, coming up from the connector?
Yeah.
There was a flash thrown for Tory, that was huge, so yeah, this is why you could see Younger on the other side. Yeah, Cat's throwing the flashbang, so a little bit of coordination there was absolutely huge, because otherwise, I don't know if Tory necessarily gets the second kill. That was really well done. The plan was perfect. We talked about Tory again as, you know, as newly minted in-game leader, but seeing her come up with a call like that, you make you think, all right, that's it. That's what we want to see more out of. The flank through connector and the push up through the A ramp, absolutely beautiful. And now the money's gone for Fluxo Demons, so there's a real path back into this one. Imperial, they're not just going to roll over like that.
Yeah, CT Econ is rough. You lose 2 rounds and suddenly you're back down onto full pistols.
Yeah.
Just 1 flash. It's not a whole hell of a lot to work with. See how much they can get done in this one. So now we see the gamble over towards the A site. But Imperial are posturing B for the moment. I do like Goddess's advanced position here. If she can get up close and personal, there's a very good chance she can at least get a first kill. And the fact that you have a player that is so isolated from the rest of their team in Zaz, if she had made her way over towards Goddess, if Goddess got that kill, yoinked the gun, that would have been great. But no, entirely circumvent that, deny that possibility. She has been playing the underpass, so it makes sense that that's where she's going to be. Few shots to come through over towards A, but now the push comes towards B. Goddess swings out a little too quick on the draw. Cat will shut it down, and the B side is free and clear.
Yeah, I think there just wasn't almost ever going to be a chance in this round, right? They had 1 flashbang to try and pull a crazy trick, but that requires that the rest of the Imperial squad kind of show up for that A-bomb side, and they never really did. So a good cleanup here, a chance finally for some of the Imperial players to get some more kills on the board here, which was something that we were requesting earlier. It's going to be a 7-3 scoreline. Again, you said it, 7-5, definitely still on the cards, and they're quickly going that way. Saz, no problem winning that fight, obviously. Okay, they're not celebrating yet. I think they're still coming out from under the stress of just what a terrible first half it's been. But if they can get up to 7-5, I guarantee they're right back on.
I find that the caster curse applies to talking about players. So like as soon as you call out a player, they just suddenly go nuclear.
Yeah.
So, you know, you're welcome, Imperial. That was all me.
It works both ways. You're right.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Fluxo back in the money now. 2 rounds left in the half here to try and wrestle back control and make it an even more disastrous first half for Imperial.
Okay.
But with all of that nade damage so early on in the round, that's putting them in a very tight position. They expected the aggression to come out through mid. Imperial throw out the ordinances and just back away.
Yeah, they want to go straight into an A execute because they know how many people were in the middle. They might have known exactly how much damage they've done, but the only thing I think that might be slowing them down is the smoke in Palace. I don't know if they needed to wait for it because it's been put up again already. See what Poppins could do. She's already down towards that sandwich position. Dangerous to be in if they throw a Molotov. Yeah, she's going to go down 23 with a headshot. It's about time we got 23 back into this game because she's been missing quite a bit here. But an early kill just might be what they need. Julie picking up a shot onto Cat and sneaking through the middle of Tory again. It's a very similar kind of late lurk through the middle. Good spray at range will give them, again, a one-player advantage.
Imperial have definitely slowed things down quite a bit here, waiting for that lurk to come into position. This could work out really well for Tory, but Tory could also get backstabbed. Oh, geez. All right, cool. Great swing from Zaz there. Does get traded out, but Tory with the re-swing. The counter lurk from Goddess found, shut down, and it's another round for Imperial. Now we get into the very last round in our half, and Fluxo's money tight. Tight,
yeah,
to say the very least. I predicted the 7-5. I don't know how I've done it, but
it was right there. I like it. Yeah, no, I mean, this is really, really important, right? It's Imperial's tournament life on the line, so the ability to recover what looked like an almost lost half, you said, into a 7-5 now. You've got all MP9s on the CT side. They can't really afford anything else, so can't really complain about it too much. Nice shot. In spite of the flashbang setup there, the pop flash being deployed. It was Anna on the other side able to get that shot. She's top fragging at the moment by at least a little bit. And inside of the smoke waiting. Ooh, there's a flank coming in as well. Younger is quite deep in towards T-spawn, but it is this mid-fight I think that's really going to make the difference. We'll see if Anarix could do it.
Bro, these smokes is crazy. Ships in the night. There you go. Younger with the first. Anarix to follow it up. And now it's down to 3 versus 3, but Cat trades it out. So Imperial still with the advantage here. Guns in a very tight spot to try to recover. Bomb's going to get planted. Never mind. Younger, great shot to deny. But now Goddess's position is relatively unknown. They don't know that she's here. She can deny the plant again. But Imperial playing this safe. They don't want to make a mistake. Despite that, Younger still to get the kill. One more is all it takes to give them an 8-round lead here. Well, not a lead, but 8 rounds at the half. No, it's 20 with the swing. 7-5 it shall be.
Welcome back, everybody. It is the second map here, the first semi-final at ESL Impact Season 5 in Dallas. We've got Fluxo Demons up against Imperial, and right now it's never been more exciting, really. It could be that we're going to get the upset of a lifetime here with Fluxo Demons. They've got a 2-round lead. If they win the pistol in the second half, it is absolutely on. But Imperial, they are the best team in the space right now, so you know they're not going to go easy.
Absolutely. I mean, we already had a 1-0 lead here so far for Fluxo in the series, and Fluxo, of course, what a feather in the cap to take this 2-0, but Imperial not going to be likely to let that happen. Instantly, Fluxo now going to run it down mid and run straight into the USPS of Zaz. Not too much more to be said on that front, but Goddess will return with 2 of her own. 3 versus 3 here. Oh, geez, what a drive-by shot from Ana.
The battle is everywhere, like all across the map. They're just fighting each other. The bomb is very much alone. So Anorex on the other side. If she dies, it's a problem. Goddess, nice shot. Oh, she was almost ready. That would have been so sick. Still, a great round from her. She's got 3 kills in the round, 15 overall. She's actually overtaken everybody in the server at the moment. And now the question is, with the bomb plant coming down, because there's nobody here to stop it, can Anorex find enough impact with the Glock?
That rotation was wild.
Surprise.
Bomb down, bit of cash in the back pocket, so at the very least you got that going for you. Goes for a very far hold, and at this range...
They don't have a kit.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's one on the ground. Oh, there we go.
There we go, she picked it up.
Ana picked it up. All right, so that's huge. But still no smoke. 1 headshot here from Anorex could change absolutely everything. All right, she's going to test it once. Oh my god. Some accuracy on the other side. And it will be Imperial to win the pistol. That's huge for them.
It's almost like Ana's a sniper, you know?
Yeah, you know.
Great shot from her. I mean, when there's 2 players you've got to come up against, even without a smoke, the repeat there is going to be so dangerous, particularly after you hear the tap. You've got to swing it. You can't really afford to get complacent there. So well done to shut that one down for Imperial, and that's going to be another round on the board for them. Fluxo at least with the plant, so a little bit of cash to play with. Very curious to see where this spend goes, and would you look at that? A couple of Tech 9s. Just make it fast. Come on, ladies. Just run it down and just hold M1. It's all I need in my life.
It is fun. Those rounds are always interesting. It looks like you might actually get what you're wishing for here. Although they are getting slowed down quite a bit. The accuracy is too good on the other side. Tory with a couple of kills here with the MP9 to chew them up. But still, the basic intent was there. And it's often happened in some of those rounds when you go for those rushes. It really is down to who gets the first kill. If you get it with the Tech 9 on the T side, then it changes everything in the round. They just couldn't, so yeah. Not this time.
That's my bad, guys. I'm sorry. I gave you bad advice. Shouldn't have done that. This is why I'm not the coach. Don't do that again. Clearly, that was not the play. But it does mean that they come into this round with a robust buy. I like this. They didn't gamble on the last round and force up like they could have. Instead, they're like, you know what? Get that out of the way. We still have a lead. Now it's tied up, but now you can come in with actual weaponry. You've got a much better chance of turning things back around in your favor.
Game all tied up. These next couple of rounds, they're going to make all the difference in the world here. Obviously, do have a 3rd map to play on Ancient if we can't find a finish here for Fluxo Demon, so there is always that. But I think it's only going to get harder from here on out if you're Fluxo Demons. If Imperial win this map, you know that they're going to be right back online. So better to slay them now when they are wounded and look a little bit weaker than usual than to play a 3rd map when they can revive themselves. Poppins, she's been amazing so far in the tournament. If she can find an opening here, it would be huge. Younger starting to move up a bit. They're going to get the trade kill at the very least, but do they realize that Saz... Ooh, Saz might get shot at the back anyway. Can't quite get the spray, and Saz trying to escape. She's around the corner. The bomb is here. Oh, and they're going to get the cleanup on the other side. Everyone was focused on catching Saz because she had the bomb, and they just clean up the rest of the round.
Yeah, that got a little bit messy, unfortunately. That was the chance. That was really what Fluxo needed to regain that control, but well done to Imperial to just hold on to it, really stem the tide. Again, I like that they take that forward position. I like the way that Young and Poppins play off of each other, right? They get that trade, it's massive, but they don't realize that Zaz is going to be right there. And unfortunately, they're not able to kill Zaz. There's a lot of damage done, but the spray doesn't quite connect in the meaningful way that they wanted to. And I don't know if that would have made the biggest difference in the world, because after the Palace pop, everybody just got absolutely mowed down. But it is those little things you wanted to try and force out more of those guns. Unfortunately now back down onto the pistols. Not too much more to be done. Or at least not much to be done, rather.
There's again, a bomb plant in this round would be nice, but it's super unlikely. And they are kind of getting chewed up before they even get close to a bomb site. Cat's holding her own over on this side. Saz really started to wake up with 11 kills at the moment, a double in this round, but still, you know it's going to get better from here on out. So that's going to be 9-7. You can sort of feel it really being put together now. They were shell-shocked in the beginning on the Imperial side because they've just never experienced really anything like it. But now they are getting back into the swing of things.
I definitely think there's a moment after losing that first map where the players kind of, damn, did that just happen? Did we just, what? And you come into this map and that's kind of, it's a dark cloud looming over your head. But credit to them, they were able to rally themselves back up. They got the mental back to where it needed to be. The players who were struggling a little bit, we had pointed it out, they stepped it up. They really came into their own. They woke up and now, you know, they're going toe to toe. They're on the same level with the rest of the team. And Zaz is playing like the Zaz that we know her to be. The start of this map was not the Zaz that we know and love. This is the Zaz we know. So it's cool to see that, you know, all of the players have really started to step back up and step into their own. And they've done a really good job of shutting out Poppins quite regularly.
Yeah, which is going to be super important going forward as well. Just keep that up. I guess maybe we should point out as well, Yuli's got 3 and 13, so individually she's having a little bit of a harder time right now. So if they can find a couple of places here to have more of a presence, that would make a difference. Speaking of Poppins, she's in the middle, but my gosh, she's going to be swung upon. 4 players in the middle for Imperial, and that's not a fight that they're going to be able to win. So really a lot of presence and just way more manpower than anyone was expecting here. NX trying to get the round back, but I think it's already too late. So pretty deliberate play coming out there. A call from the CT side. Let's all go middle. Let's shut down that fight. And it worked.
I definitely feel like Fluxo really start to struggle when the engagements come through. The utility usage isn't where it needs to be. Like, you see a lot of dry swinging past smokes, dry swinging into the enemy. Maybe it's a case of being flustered because their exec util is pretty good. But as soon as the, you know, interactions start, I can't remember what the right word is, I'm having a moment. But as soon as that starts, they struggle to actually use the utility to garner the advantages that they need. And of course, Imperial are going to take full advantage of that anytime they have the opportunity to. So need to see that get cleaned up a bit.
I think that's also the fact that most of them have been playing together for such a long time. Like, you're right, they do have that, like, there's a very, almost looks like second nature to them. They're just running in there, absolutely ready to go. You can see here, as soon as they get rid of Poppins, there's just so many players in the middle. It's overwhelming. And so is the scoreline now, 10-7. It's a 3-round lead. Everything seems to be working out for them at the moment. They got Anna back on the AWP on the CT side. I mean, it's going to keep getting worse from here on out.
I mean, they've just won 10 rounds in a row. They show no signs of slowing down yet. It's absurd.
That's so crazy.
Goddess can't connect the shots, unfortunately. And it's another round where you really just don't expect too much to come out of this. You got 2 rifles that you could potentially get a little bit done with. Maybe that's the difference maker. Maybe it's not. Oh, okay. Mac 10 to get a bit of value, but not too much more. There's all a distraction over towards B. Bomb's actually over on A, and it honestly makes no difference whatsoever.
Getting completely blown up at the moment. Yeah. Tell from looking at Saz there. She's really feeling it right now. She's right back in the mix. Cat as well, playing super well, which is important if she's going to be over at that B bomb site for most of the time. That's going to be nice to see. And we got Anna as well with the AWP, so just all across the board. Like, the entire squad has been woken up now. It's really bad news for Fluxo Demons. We'll see if they have any chance to recover this game. It's going to have to be right now. There are no more mistakes to be made.
Oh, and that's unfortunate. Anna just...
Oh my god.
How does she do this? How does she do this? Like, she just peeks, bro. She's just better. I mean, okay, a lot of that is off the back of dry peaks, and Anna just goes, thank you very much. But she has the confidence to not even adjust, not even move away. She just re-peeks it over and over again. Oh, here's a player dead. Oh, there's a player dead. real performance from her. And she was quiet on Nuke, particularly on the T side.
Yeah.
Now she's really stepped up.
That is such a statement round, though. Like, she absolutely slaps them down. And you look at that round and you just think, what are we supposed to do? Like, what's the purpose even? That is really sickening. Right position, right time. She is so lightning fast.
Bloody hell, Anna.
It is a real joy to watch. It's a real joy to watch this kind of Counter-Strike. I bet Saz is going to be thinking too, like, wait, thank God I'm sitting next to her and she's actually on my team and I don't have to play her anymore because it's not going to be funny. 12-7, ladies and gentlemen. We are headed into round number 20 here. And Imperial, the comeback is absolutely alive. And thank you for reminding us as well. It's 10, now it's 12 rounds in a row. That's crazy. I forgot about that, but that's actually such a ridiculous scoreline to run back.
That's and it's very close to being 13 rounds in a row. Do you know there is a world that this could have been a 13-0? Like if the first 7 rounds didn't happen, you know, it's like that's the streak. It's crazy. But Fluxo, they did keep it competitive at the start. They're gonna need a little bit of a miracle here. 5 rounds back to back is what they need to take us into overtime. And that's the very least that they need if they want to take that 2-0. Not in danger of being out just yet, but they want to make the statement.
Yeah, I mean, you need to shut them down while you can here. 23, nice peak again. Yuli's been having a really, really tough time of it. 23 started to wake up a little bit more. I expect on the third map that 23 is going to come back and play even better. We know she can. 4 versus 5 in this one. 4 more kills for Imperial to have what has to be considered just a statement comeback, which would involve winning 13 rounds in a row, never allowing Fluxo Demon to get back into it here. Tory, spray took maybe a second longer than you want. Doesn't really matter. Gonna get the kill on Godless anyway. 5 versus 3, and Anna on the other side here. Oh, right to the smoke, Hobbins. I mean, she did the right move, but it's not gonna make a difference. That's a bomb, by the way, lost in the middle of nowhere.
Timing on that shot was absolutely obscene. There you go. Now it's all down to Anna X. Bomb is lost to her. Not too much more that she can do here, and she knows it. She's running around. She doesn't care. That's it. 13 consecutive rounds for Imperial to take us to 13-7 and win on their map pick. It was an unbelievably slow start for them, but what a dominant finish.
Yeah, just a reminder to anyone who was questioning who they are and what they're all about here. You're gonna know now. 13 in a row to get us into map number 3. It's going to be on Ancient. It's quite terrifying. We'll see how this goes. We're on Ancient for the third and final map here of the first semi-final at ESL Impact Dallas Season 5. We are well underway. We're going to get into the map right now, and I'm excited for it. I want to see some more great Counter-Strike coming out. I want to see 23 do a little bit more. I was missing her a little bit. She's been a great player out throughout the tournament. I expect more of her, and I'm sure we'll get it too. It's going to be Fluxo Demon starting on the CT side with Imperial on the T side.
With no lower bracket, no safety net, nothing to fall back on. This map is the safety net, and they have to fight their way through it. Start heading over towards this B side. Anna X, oh my goodness, she swings to her death. Some great shots to ring through from Imperial. B side free and clear. The last remaining Fluxo Demons players so far removed from one another. Going to be a tough ask. Some great angles held here. Younger, not long for this world. She will get one. That's all it's going to be. Now Yuli has to contend with 4 players, a smoke, the bomb still to be defused. She does have a kit.
Yeah. I think the problem is they're not running away. They're not out hunting for her or anything. If they were, then maybe you get that smoke. Okay, that's a very nice shot. Saz just get absolutely shut down, but 23 will get the return, and they are right off to the races here. I think there was a mistiming for Fluxo Demons. I love this push going out of the V-bomb side, but the other side of that push was coming through the Jaguar tunnel, and they just didn't really... They didn't connect at the right time. There was some miscommunication there between the 2 arms of the attack, because you could see they killed it, and now this attack is on, and that needed to be a little bit quicker, I think. So there was some, you know, like less than a second probably a difference, and they could have probably won that fight.
Unfortunately, every second counts when the time ticks away like that. Once again, Anna, I mean, we're so used to this by now. She's not going to spend in this round. She's saving up to get that AWP in hand. And Imperial expecting this little bit of pistol aggression. I mean, they just had it in the previous round. Surely it happens again, so they're going to play soft. Play quiet. Allow Fluxo to push out. They don't get a kill off the back of it. A nice smoke from Fluxo does allow them to retreat. It slows Imperial down ever so slightly. They do have a decent spread across the map, though. So at this point, they really have their run of it. They can go wherever they like. And Fluxo are rotating. They've just pulled right off of the B-bomb site.
Yeah, they're hoping to just roll the dice and find the right position to have the 4-player stack with the flashbang. I mean, there's no right or wrong here. You can't know where it's going to end up necessarily. So, okay, that's actually could have been a nice kill there for Goddess. There was a chance at least. Looks like they're going to be coming back through the middle now, but I think they missed their timing window. So either way, even if they get a kill here somehow, the bomb is definitely going to be planted. And actually, Imperial are being very, very cautious. But again, I can't really blame them. You think of what's on the line and how much they've already kind of had to respect Fluxo Demons, so they don't want to take any chances. They just don't want to. And they're going to get the bomb planted. It's just going to take a little while longer.
I do like this level of respect from Imperial, though, right? Like, we know they've just come off the back of a map win. There's a part of you that's like, we're just better, but you don't want to risk it unnecessarily. You don't want to have to re-buy into the next round, especially because you're already planning to buy into an AWP. So to have to add on to that expense, not really the best decision to make here. So give Fluxo the respect that they've earned and take it slow.
Yeah, and that we're just better mentality it can be really a double-edged sword sometimes. Yeah. It can be sick because you can really crush players and crush teams when everything is just flowing. But on the other side of it, sometimes you underestimate your opponent just a little bit, and you end up losing a couple of rounds, and it can be hard to maintain that mentality. So, yeah, I can totally respect the fact that they are really making sure they win these rounds. Like, don't leave anything to chance. Again, you think about the veterancy on the team, maybe, again, most especially with Saz, I would expect for her to call that out as well, to say, just don't lose the focus at any point. Like, it's not worth it.
And economically, this is great for Fluxo as well, because you had 3 Kevlars, 1 with the helmet as well. You've got the kit, so there's quite a lot that they've managed to not have to reinvest into in this round. So they're going to be really happy with that. And of course, a couple of pistols, the Deagle as well, huge investment there, and it can pay off dividends if they can get the right positioning on that. So they'll be happy with that. We'll see if it can actually work out. I like the aggressive push out of A main here. Should be expected. If this gets timed well, oh, it's a beautiful flash. Forces Julie. Oh my god, okay. Beautiful little bit of cleanup there from Younger and Poppins. They create a nice little pincer for themselves, and that's some guns recovered. That's a terrible position for Imperial. Not the worst, however. It's easily recoverable. They've got a free and clear B bomb site, but the bomb hasn't made it there yet. Now, AnaX doesn't have the weaponry to really properly deny this. The bomb will make its way across, unfortunately, and that should get planted, but that could have been dangerous.
That is so smartly played from Cat. She goes back to help the bomb cross. That was the one weakness in the round. The big way to lose that round would have been if the bomb got dropped somehow, so Cat comes back out of the B-bomb site to help the bomb cross. It's a tiny detail, but it's one of the things that's so easily overlooked, and suddenly the bomb is dropped in the middle of nowhere. It's a 2 versus 2, so tiny detail, well played. They're going to say, I think this makes sense, right? Don't go for the 2-on-3 retake with no utility, no kit or anything like that. As much fun as it would have been to win this kind of round, saving the AK and the Galil is going to be in the long term a better investment. So that's what they're going for. But it means it's a 3-0 lead here for Imperial. They're back on top of things, looking to get where they've always wanted to go, which is that grand final spot.
Absolutely. I mean, it's not the first time that we would have seen chinks in the armor. They actually had to make their way through the lower bracket last season. So
yeah.
But not looking to let that be a repeat. And of course, as I mentioned, when you get to this point in the competition, there is no lower bracket. So you can't really afford to make any of those mistakes here. One map, we can afford to drop that, but they're not willing to drop a series. And now, for Fluxo, being able to hold on to those weapons means that now they actually have the funds to buy into an AWP and come through with a basically full slew of utility as well. So they're going to be feeling pretty good about this round, but it's going to have to be pretty damn flawless. I like the mid push here. I like that they've taken this early map space, but the A site is completely free and clear. That is a nasty smoke spray from AnaX. Great intuition from her. Zaz is offline, and now they can pincer in towards A because they know that B is completely empty.
Yeah, this 4-1 setup is so common on the T side that if they realize Fluxo Demons that it was Saz alone out there, they might be able to get the rest, but they don't know yet. I like this little boost up. Yuli, oh, but she's going to get checked. 23, what an entry. And now the Molotov's landing Younger, she has to move out. She wants a kill before she goes and can't quite land it. The smoke on top of her as well. We're right back in. It's a 4 versus 4. And they're going to go for the bomb plant. Try and see if they can find just a corner of the bomb site here. It can be scary to plant on the bomb site because you're not necessarily that secure. You could see some of the wall or the smoke banging attempt there, but not really working out. And the bomb is planted. There is a flank coming in from Goddess as well. That could absolutely change the round here.
Oh, but she's completely checked by Tory. Thankfully, Poppins gets one of her own, but the site is so heavily on lock, and the retake coming in with an AWP. Poppins has to go absolutely nuclear here because Younger could easily get overwhelmed. Shots are not connecting, and there it is. It's just a spray down, and it's another round in favor of Imperial. It started so well for Fluxo, but they weren't able to convert.
Yeah, and I think part of the reason is because it's a fairly quick reaction from Saz going down to the execute onto the bomb site. They get that kill with 23 with the opening taking out Julie, and after that, Utility does almost all the rest of the work. They get rid of Younger on the AWP, they smoke off the donut so that they can plant the bomb. Like it's a really long time until Fluxo Demons can actually try to have a reasonable fight with anyone on that side. So overall, I would say a good round once again, and the pressure's really on now. Fluxo Demons, again, they lost 13 rounds in a row on Mirage. Now coming into this one where they've lost another string of rounds, it's not getting any easier.
Yeah. I mean, the mental reset that becomes necessary at this point is massive because it was 13 consecutive rounds, because they had such a big lead, they let it slip away, and now they have to somehow recover themselves and re-aggress in on this third map. Now, Younger does still have AWP. There's a little bit of firepower to bring into this round. Come on, surely this time. Come on, baby Jesus, a counter-strike. No! We were so close!
Oh, it's so hard to do it now, but, you know, respect for trying either way. Poppins very close here with the MP9. Half investment into this round, but we'll see if they can do some damage with it. All right, the rotation's coming in behind. If Poppins can get 1 kill, maybe 2, it's a different round. Oh, she wanted to stop the push. That would have been sick, but Anna was on the other side, ready to cover it. Grenades raining in. Again, look at how careful Imperial are being. Maybe they could pull the trigger and just overwhelm the bomb side and win like that, but they are really being careful with it. Cat will go down, so that's going to confirm the AWP is in play here. Goddess, somehow not quite forced out. The Molotov, okay, there we go. It's fine. Oh, she actually gets caught by it. Nice headshot in return, but still, the way is open to the B bomb side. They can go if they want.
Fluxo continuously taking guns away is definitely not a bad thing. But the problem comes in where you need to start confirming rounds. Now Younger gonna get caught. Yep, Zaz ready for it, ready for the swing to come through. Onyx is gonna be the last one. Molotov to shut down any sort of aggression. We'll take the long range, and it's Zaz again with a second kill to clean it up. Imperial are really reading into Fluxo's aggressive defensive setups, right? Fluxo constantly trying to take space, trying to kind of get into Imperial's faces, and Imperial, they just play patient. They're like, cool, we're just going to stand here. There's 3 of us. We're going to hold this angle. And as soon as we see you pushing into us, there's 3 people shooting at you. I really feel like Fluxo need to take a little bit more of a back seat.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard in a way, right? Because they don't have the same utility that they would have had if they had a little bit more cash. So playing it slow and more patiently on the CT side always feels super risky when you don't have the extra smoke and the extra Molotov, because you just feel like, I'm gonna get peeked. I'm gonna get peeked. I need utility to throw. They will have it finally here, so I guess that's good news. But a 5-0 lead, that means we are up in total to 18 rounds in a row lost here by Fluxo Demons. There's gonna have to be a breaking point. I mean, you're feeling it now, and I think individually they started to feel it. It's turned into a very brutal semi-final for them indeed. Poppins in the middle, gonna get 1 kill there, which he'll follow it up with a headshot on Cat. Always the reliable player on this squad, it feels like. Oh. Right for the smoke, they don't know at all.
Oh
What a spray down. I love that bit of aggression. It looked like maybe they could have almost team killed each other in the smoke, but well done from Anorex. And Fluxo, finally, after 18 rounds straight, they pick up a round.
That's really rubbing salt in the wound. But they've done it.
They've done it. And they have to adopt the exact same mentality that Imperial had on Mirage, which is, now we're back. Just don't think about how many rounds it is. It doesn't really matter. It's a fun talking point, but inside of the server, you're not thinking about that right now. You're just trying to stick to the plans here. Poppins in the middle. Started out the last round with a good double kill. See if you could do a little bit more. Flashing their way through. That is a devastating flashbang being thrown there. It was 23 to set up Tory and Saz.
Come on, Younger. There you go. There you go. We're bringing things back. She needs another one here just to make it a little bit more competitive as the rest of her team starts to rotate in. They have realized that there is a bit of presence here. But Imperial not willing to give Younger the opportunity. Not willing to allow that to happen. And there you go. A little bit of cleanup here. Now with Younger being the last one left alive, the shot does not connect. And of course, 20 wins that battle with an AK. AK versus USP. You win that every day of the week. But you touched on an important point. And I mean, Vulga's been saying it the entire weekend. It's that you have to forget about it. You just have to move on. And I think that that's something that Fluxo was struggling with. Sam mentioned it on the desk. They're so young.
Yeah.
And there's a maturity, there's like a level of being able to put that behind you that comes with years of experience.
100%. And it's so easy to say, like, oh, just try and see if you can forget about it, but in the moment, like, and it's a strange experience too, because time moves so fast when you're losing like this. Oh, Poppins moving forward. I do like it, but the whole entire squad of Imperial are here, so they are going to get mowed down eventually. It's a nice attempt to try and change it again and try and you know, they're pushing in from middle too, so they really wanted to catch them off guard, but it's just too much. 23 will find another double kill. She's up to 7 and 3 right now, so she's right back where she should be, leaving Yuli alone here on the other side. But yeah, I think for anyone that's tried to play Counter-Strike in like a competitive setting at a tournament, I think almost any tournament level, even if it's online, when you're losing rounds like these, you almost don't register how quick it is. You just like suddenly you're like, what? It's been 10. We've lost 10 rounds. What's going on? Like, it feels so fast, and I mean that's also why taking some of these tactical timeouts can be important, because that is a way to break that up and kind of, you know, try to have a conversation about what is happening right now. I don't know. One of the big issues they're struggling with right now, for sure, Fluxo, is that once the fight breaks out at the start of the round, Imperial will slow down the mid-round and just wait for Fluxo and wait for them to make a mistake. And that's happening a lot right now, where Imperial are winning the mid-round just by giving a little bit of space, feeling confident, and Fluxo are just nowhere near as comfortable right now. I think that's at least one part of it here.
And there is that air of desperation, right, where you feel like, oh, they've showed face, we have to push this. Yeah. We have to get the advantage. If we don't get the advantage, then the round's going to run away from us, and then it's going to be another round that we've lost. And so you kind of start to get into your own head a little bit, and that certainly is a bit of an obstacle for them. We do need to see them just rein it in a little bit. I mean, it's one of the things I've complimented them on before, where they show so much of that patience, and this time around, and again, it's because of how we've got to this point where you had a lead that slipped away and then you've continued to just let that hemorrhage. You struggle to rein it in and to get that patience back on lock.
They want to go back to this A-bomb site. They found a weakness here, and they just want to keep on hammering it that home. Okay, good incendiary for Yuli. She's going to be able to slow it down a bit. Grenade around the corner. That's a devastating grenade. That is so much damage, but that early kill is still going to be all important, and it has almost a run-gun headshot here, and Youngest, she's no longer welcome. Yeah, she has to escape. They're going to go. Oh, the grenade will catch her. How did it go so deep? I have no idea. Saz to blow up Younger, and the round is over. Yep, Poppins realizing, and it's the right call. It's time to run. 8-1 and going to be the scoreline after this.
Younger is struggling on that A site. She's just not getting the value that she needs to be getting. A couple of missed shots that really did need to connect. And unfortunately, it's just not happening for her. And it doesn't help that, you know, she very often loses her teammate early on. And you kind of need someone to play off of. All alone on a site with an AWP, you're going to get absolutely run over unless you're Anna. I mean, not everybody can be Anna. No,
definitely not. And also the utility use is so good for Imperial. They keep smoking off Donut, they smoke off towards CT spawn. I mean, for her to put the AWP into use, she would have to push through the smoke, and even if she tries to do it, it's not easy. It definitely isn't easy. And yeah, maybe they can find a way to put her in front of that smoke wall before it comes up, but there's almost no reason why Imperial can't keep going back to the A-bomb site.
Yeah.
It's Like, if the only thing right now they can do is maybe to try and overstack the A-bomb side, but if you're Fluxo Demons, that's a very hard call to make. Normally, you don't even see 2 players on the A-bomb side. Normally, it could be 1 or less, which sounds strange, but on Ancient, it's true. Sometimes you'll have 2 in the middle and 3 on B and nobody at A to the start of the round. So, having more than 2 people here at the start, I don't think most teams will ever do that. That's a catch.
Okay, production. That's just mean. the slow-mo ragdoll effect. That's rough.
It's good. 10 out of 10. Well, we're moving into the late stages here of this first half, and things are getting really out of control at the moment.
Well, Younger doesn't have the AWP anymore. Funds just do not allow it, so we'll see if that changes anything going forward. Still have quite a bit of presence over towards the B side, so it's mid that's just consistently left open. But to be fair, Imperial don't generally take a lot of that mid space. Sometimes you'll see them kind of peek out a little bit, and then they just kind of leave it alone. It hasn't really been a huge point of contention. So Fluxo realized they could kind of just leave that relatively unguarded. Ana X, again with the aggression, instantly punished by Zaz. Younger trades it out. Now Zaz knows that she's there. She's backed off. It's the right call.
It's very risky for Zaz to swing on that fight anyway, because the bomb is guarded down there only by her, so they don't really want to lose too much control of that. And she's gone back to pick it up now, and she's going to be slowly walking it back. Still a 4-on-3. They've maintained a player advantage here. And look at where 23 is. How on earth did she get through here? Goddess is actually surprisingly checking it. She's saying, okay, so there's been some communication on Fluxo Demons. They know that someone could have walked past here, but still, this is an insane position to find yourself in. They're actually just calling the freeze. So they're letting 23 do all the work. They're letting her walk around. If she gets shot in the back, oh, it's going to be such a sour feeling. Saz on the other side will take down Younger, but 23's walked through the entire map without spotting anyone. They must be confused. I'm confused.
I mean, I'm confused on their behalf, but they're like, all right, cool, B is probably open. We got the kill onto Younger. We just sprayed through a smoke and killed Goddess, so there's definitely nothing here on this side. And there you go. Yuli caught on the cross, not able to get her way over towards that B site. I don't know, Fluxo seemed a little bit confused about what to do in that round, and the confusion spread a little bit, but this is the thing about Imperial, decisive. All right, cool. We know that there's literally nothing happening over on the A site. We have the numbers over on B. We have to make a move. Let's go. Let's make it happen. They don't second guess themselves. They just go for it.
Yeah, this is a devastating round, no question about it. Some of the shots of the smoke maybe especially hard to deal with. 9-1, round number 11. Fluxo Demons just having such a hard time getting back into the game. It's a great beginning to the semifinals. Taking the map on Nuke looked like it was going to be amazing. A 7-0 lead at the beginning of the second map on Mirage. I mean, no one was expecting that, but now Imperial have woken up, and it's a very, very different matter here. Smoke up in the middle. I like this forward position from Yuli, because she's gonna realize that no one's really on that side. She's gonna see that there's no real presence here. They lose Poppins though. It's 23. She's really back in the game now.
I like what Fluxo are doing here. I like the map control. Unfortunately, you know, every time they get so close, and Imperial, again, they wait for that aggression. They wait for Fluxo to push out, they hold the angles, and they just absolutely decimate them. We're not seeing that patience from Fluxo, and now Younger, again, caught with her back turned, AWP taken away. We've got 1 round left in this half. 1 round remains to try and make a recovery. Winning this round, it gives them a glimmer of hope, but I think if they lose this round, it's all hope is lost.
Yeah, there's no nice way to put this. Unfortunately, just Imperial, they are such a strong team right now. Eventually, someone's going to be beating them. It doesn't look like it's going to be Fluxo Demons at the moment. It's such a massive gap that we're talking about. They've won 23 out of the last 24 rounds that have been played in this series, going back to the other map. So it is very, very dominant at the moment here. Tory, the one to try and open it up, although it's got us showing up on the other side with the FAMAS and might be able to catch Tory here as well. Oh, it's actually 23 who's stuck around a little bit here. So 3 versus 4. Cat might be a free kill. Yeah, there's no escape for Anorex, so we're right back into it. Oh, and tory in CT spawn. Nobody saw that coming.
Started out so well for them. And unfortunately, the follow-up just hasn't been where it needs to be, but it's still doable. It's an uphill battle, for sure. They can possibly make this happen. Now the Fluxo players, they need to meet up with one another. Ana X, don't get... Oh, it was Julie getting a little bit too eager there. Pushes out before her teammate is anywhere near to back her up. Now Younger has picked up an AK. She's had a bit of a rough go of it with the AWP, and she has to somehow 1v2 this. Ana's still alive. AWP in hand, and no, it will be Ana to deny. 11-1 at the half.
The final half of the first semi-final here at ESL Impact Season 5 is upon us. We're on Ancient, and it is Fluxo Demon versus Imperial. At the moment, things have looked really rough for Fluxo Demons. They are the underdog team, and are getting a sense of why that may be. Imperial, they just look indestructible at the moment. They are not that far from the grand final.
For Fluxo, everything comes down to this pistol round. It's the first step of many required to keep themselves alive in this tournament, but if they don't get this, that's it, it's over. Now they make their way in over towards that bomb site. Some great util to come through, deny those sight lines as much as possible. Bomb to be planted now. They need to hold the line. They do have a player for flank watch, just in case, but not going to be an issue. The entirety of Imperial are going to be making their way in through here. They've got time, but just mere seconds waiting for the smokes to fade. Get on board so they know that they have that advantage at the very least. Got a little bit of utility of their own, and now the retake has to come through. Tory, shots connecting. Oh my god, the Molotov to do so much damage, but somehow Fluxo have kept themselves alive here. 2 versus 2. The smoke to deny their sight lines now. They have to find a way through. Shots connecting. The Ninja Diffuse almost so very close to making it, but it's Julie who will shut it down. My god.
That was a killer incendiary that landed there towards the tunnel, but yeah, at the end, they needed 1 more second. They would have had the defuse. That probably would have been a knockout blow, but well done, Fluxo Demons. They were quick to just get the bomb planted right away. Again, imagine if they had delayed that bomb planting even a little bit there, then maybe there would have been a lot more of a chance for the CT side to get something done, but they needed it and they got it, so let's see how far it can actually take them there. At least we'll have a chance here in the second half. It's way too early to start, I think, talking about comebacks. You want to see Fluxo Demons here get up to like 8 or 9 rounds before you can really have a really good conversation about it, because it's just such a long stretch back. Right now, it's just about surviving for the moment. Take it 1 round at a time.
I love this push up through Red Room, and it could be absolutely massive as Zaz somehow with the USPS is keeping it competitive, but not competitive enough. Now the last player left alive has to contend with the lurk. Okay, Tory, just shut down Poppins with a pistol, why don't you? Picks up a Galil for herself. She can just back out with that. There's no need to push this. She can if she wants to, keep it expensive, and that's probably the thought process here. Catch an exit if you can and really make things tight for Fluxo, but realistically, not too much for... Oh, Julie, there's no need to push that. There you go. Tory will be... Thank you very much.
She'll even try and apply even more pressure. I mean, why not make it expensive if you can? All right, the Galil looks like it's going to be making its way into the next round, which is kind of a problem all on its own. But I think Fluxo Demons don't necessarily care that much. I think this is just about winning rounds. Just keep doing that and don't worry so much about how it's done. We'll save that for another conversation. Tory, by the way, I just noticed, is 17-5. My god. That's wild.
The fragging IGL. Do love to see that. There were a lot of questions coming into, you know, this season. How is she going to cope with the IGL spot? And
yeah.
Well, at least on this map, it's working out incredibly well for her. She's fragging. She's doing what she needs to do. She's controlling the team, and at a huge round lead. Not too many questions can be asked of her right this minute. But now Fluxo, they've given themselves that tiny bit of room to breathe, but a single misstep would turn everything on its head. Everything needs to be picture perfect for the next 8 rounds at least, just to get them to a tied up scoreline. It's a huge ask. It's been done against them. So potentially they can make it happen for themselves as well. Execute in on towards that A site. We said a little bit earlier on, you don't always have to have presence on this site. Now Imperial will come through for this retake. The bomb does go down. There's a bit of a lurk here as well, so the pincer could be on.
Yeah, classic setup for Imperial. Like you said, nobody at the A bomb site. Now they have to deal with retaking it, which can be done, especially when you start like that. It's 23 with a shot to bring down Goddess before we even really get close to the bomb site. And now they're a player down on the Fluxo Demon side. See what they could get done. They do have a kit as well, actually 2 kits in play, but Poppins walking up from behind. The spray is immaculate. He's going to get 2 big kills and a chance for a reload. Now pushing forward. They're not defusing yet. So Sass will get her. I think, did they actually find the bomb in time? I don't think so. I think Poppins might have done enough. Fluxo Demons, they're going to take the round.
A little bit too close for comfort there. And for a moment, I'm not really looking at the time. I'm just looking at Poppins and I'm watching her and I'm like, girl, you got impatient, but no. It was exactly what she needed to do. Yes, she did push out. She does end up losing her life, but she has to ensure that they do not so much as touch that bomb. She buys just enough time to allow that bomb to explode and keep their tournament hopes alive just a moment longer. I love the tenacity from this team. They clearly have not given up. They're even taking a timeout now, taking a moment to reassess and think, all right, guys, don't get ahead of yourselves. We need to keep this pressure up. We need to maintain it's doable. It is more than doable.
There's a cool... It's not that often you get to test a player's instincts, but Poppins in this moment, right? Never mind the double kill, that's great, but the one way that she could have lost that clutch is if she had not gone for the spray in the smoke. If they were defusing inside, and she instead is playing to stay alive rather than win the round, then maybe someone just goes for a full defuse while they're inside of the smoke. But she was like, I'll die as long as I'm sure no one's defusing that bomb inside. That was the right play. And you have less than a half a second to make that choice. Like, it has to be made. That's instinct. There's no other way to put it. So, well done. 11-4 as we do hit into round number 16 here. The first buy round, I mean a buy round, the AWP on Anna for the minute. So, is that Cat buying that for her? I'm so confused.
Not entirely sure. I'll be honest. I wasn't really watching.
They all died in the previous round, so
yeah.
It must have been Cat, the hero AWP put up on Anna. That's a lot of pressure on one person, and now that Yuli started to pick up the round here, this is dangerous. Might want to save the orb now.
Yeah, interesting. I mean, Anna spots out two that are busy jumping and throwing util. She has to fall back thanks to a flashbang. Zaz gets a bit aggressive, and then Julie just gets two off the back of that. It's a bit of a weird call to make. They thought maybe they could overrun, but she's more or less on her own. Now with only 3 players left, I mean, what more realistically can you get done here? Anna's going to take a far more backwards position, so if something does happen, there you go. She gets the refrag, and she can just get the hell out of dodge, and that's honestly the most that they could hope for.
Okay, I mean, if you save the orb in the next one, it's not necessarily a big deal, but you got to make damn sure that you do that. I think God is out on the hunt. I understand completely why. Yeah, you want to try and get it away from her. Doesn't look like they're quite checking in the right spot, so barring any mad nonsense at the end, there's no head armor, so I guess if God has got close with the Galil, it could have been dangerous. All right, hero orb doesn't work out, but they still have it in this round.
I suppose it doesn't even matter that that last round was a little bit weird because they knew they weren't going to get too much done out of that anyway. The fact that Anna is able to get that refrag, get that 1 kill, cool, fair enough. Go into the next round, they don't have to rebuy into the AWP, so happy with that. And they know that all they need is 1 round and they will destroy Fluxo's economy and they're on map and series point. So the pressure is not on for Imperial yet. They're still living their best lives comfortably.
No, you're right. I think that they've got their eyes on the prize at the moment here. Shadow showing, easy shot for Anna to get there. The floodlights in the corner just making it so obvious. She actually does get the shot on the Yuli as well. The grenade not quite deep enough, but they will get the return frag on 23, so they're on for the bomb side. They want to go for it. A missed flick from Anna, finally, and they capitalize. Anarex on the other side, able to take her down. 3 versus 3 now. Tory, USP is out. She's getting a couple of kills, but it might not be enough. Oh, a team kill in the middle of it. Goddess. Stray bullet catching Anarex, and just like that, Cat with plenty of health here should be winning this fight. I think God is done for already. Round number 12 is in the bag here for Imperial.
That's heartbreaking because you had 2 players left alive on Fluxo, but both of them with like a tickle of HP left. We're talking like sub 20. And the fact that Younger gets the team kill in there, and I mean, because the HP was so low, that was always going to be a danger, but they needed to be a bit more awareness of spacing in that scenario. And if you're in a 2v1, sure, it's still incredibly difficult with that low HP, but you're in a far better position to make it happen. And unfortunately, down to 1 versus 1 with such low HP, impossible, in my opinion, to bring that back, unless you get like the craziest timing imaginable. And now we're in the situation that we were worried about. Map and series point, economy, an absolute horror show.
Yeah.
And Fluxo with almost no way back into this.
It's really brutal. It would have been different for Goddess in the 1 versus 1 if the bomb was planted as well, but the fact that you had to try and plant the bomb first, obviously not going to be possible, so here we are. It's a long road back right now. We're talking about a sort of a good 7 rounds to try and recover this one, to try and get it back in. It doesn't feel very likely. It's not impossible, but it would be truly historic if they were able to make this comeback happen. Imperial, even if they won the round, they don't necessarily have that much money to work with, so that's a bit of an upside potentially. 2 Galils, 1 AK here for Fluxo as they try to make their way through. Nice headshot from Cat. The flashbangs are so good. Oh, it's a slaughter and a spray down. Younger is on her own and she's trapped in the corner. Imperial will land another grand final.
And I mean, that wasn't even the best buy for Imperial, but they knew they had the advantage, they had the confidence, they had the game plan in mind, they knew that they were winning the mental war as well. There was just nothing that Fluxo could do in that position to come back. They needed to win that previous round. It was so unbelievably close, but Imperial...